One of my favorite beats that I've ever made, not just in rap reviews, but just in music in my earlier days of production or anything, is the beat for the Doom rap review, which I know that's a lot of your guys' favorites too. And side note about that, I don't regret using it for Doom because it fit the, I guess, nature of that game perfectly, and I had a lot of fun writing it even though I was still figuring out stuff. But I had originally planned that to be one of the opening tracks on whatever album or project I was going to do. Like the "This is what it sounds like when you die" line, that was actually already written because it was going to be like this big, like, opening badass track. So that's just I guess a fun or not so fun tidbit, which I guess it is my property. So if I wanted to like make another song out of it, I could. But I feel like that rap review is already like it's already one of my more popular ones among the OG Jakey fans. So trying to make something new out of it, I feel like it just I don't know, it wouldn't feel right. But anyways, I want to show you guys how I made that beat. Just a little forward, I know very little about actual music production shit, like anything about like compression, limiting, mastering, especially at the time when I made this beat, was 80% self-taught, little bit YouTube. So just know that when I'm taking you through this, if you're like, no, you should do this, no, you should do this, you're probably right. And kick my ass in the comments. Let's get to it. All right, so to start, as some of you may already know, that I've asked the question of what software I use. I started out making beats using the original Machine program, which is mainly used for sampling and like sample-based beats or whatever you want. Not really song making, but just coming up with simple ideas, and then you can use it as a plugin in like Ableton or FL Studio or any of that shit. But I started using it when I was in high school. I got the Machine Micro Pad. And then I've kind of just kept using it, and you're not supposed to do songs and stuff in it because if you look at the structure of it here, so like if we look at this, there's patterns that you can link like this that play out like a song, and then each of those patterns are different rhythms. So like I said, it's mainly for just like a sketchbook of beats and stuff, but you can link these together to make a song. But then as far as singing or vocal stuff goes, that gets a little weirder because what I end up doing is I record in the Machine using its sampling features. So like if you go here and here, I'm not going to re-record over this. I guess I could go to an empty one, but I'm also using this mic, so probably won't do that. But you can basically record any input in your audio interface. So I just record myself that way, but then when I lay it down back on the track, I have to basically plot it out like this, like I'm sampling my own voice, which is super. I should probably use FL Studio or something, but Machine is just what I know. I don't even know if I can say that if I know everything. So I've kind of just kept using this, but it works for me, so I guess I don't want to really jinx anything, so just keep using this. So the Doom beat was originally project title is Vidos V3, and I made this in the first version of Machine. I use Machine 2 now, which is slightly different, a little less buggy, still kind of a piece of shit, but I started making this track in the first Machine, so I wanted to show you like the original file. And like I said before, just to preface this, Machine originally, to my knowledge, didn't have any sidechain compression, which is something they added in Machine 2, which is why I use that now. And what that is basically when something's playing, it'll cut it out to give it that bouncy effect. So like here, I'll play part of the beat as you've heard. How the oh, that's gonna keep playing because I fucked that up. But you know how the like how it dips down when the bass kicks. So the original Machine didn't actually have any sidechain compression. So doing some research on the internet, what you could do is tell certain sounds to go through basically another sound or an input. So what I do is like all these different drum sounds and stuff I wanted to use, they go through this input of anything I want to be bouncy, and then on that input there's a compressor. So by doing different levels of stuff, you can make it so some have priority, and it works like that. It's super janky, but at the same time it did give the song kind of like a raw, unmastered effect, which none of my shit is mastered, except for Cafeteria. Like that shit got mastered. That's why it sounds. But yeah. So anyways, enough of all that shit. This video is gonna be super long. Whatever. So the core sample of the song, like when it drops, like that choir sample, is actually from Final Fantasy VIII, which I haven't played myself, but as a kid I watched my brother play it, and then more recently I've watched my friend Cameron play it, and at the beginning of the game they have that intro that I'll play it real quick. It might not be in the right timing because I fucked with it so much, but it has that like opera epic this. Oh wait, that's way too high. That's better. And then it goes into all that other shit. So what I did is I took that sample and first I chopped it up into the different parts that you could see here. So you have that first one, that one, which is the main one I used, which apparently is in an ASDR or ADSR, so it just keeps fucking playing because I didn't know what I was doing back then. Sorry. And then that one. Ah, shit, it's just gonna keep playing, isn't it? This is a shit show. And then this one. And then... so sick. So yeah, that was, I'm pretty sure that's how I started. That was the foundation of it, and kind of the process even now of any beats I make, because most of them are pretty sample driven. I have the bass sample and then I kind of just go from there. So I think first I just got that melody, I guess, that I came up with the sample, because if you look here, I use one of those notes that I chopped up, that initial like, and then I dropped it down to a different one, but then it actually goes back up to the first one from the beat. So it starts with the middle one, goes down to, one of the very last notes, and then back up to the first one, which, I mean, none of that shit really matters. It's just if you care about it, I guess. But yeah, so that first part is just me separating the different parts of it and then just playing it back while also messing with the pitch with it. So I'm sure, knowing me, I made this and then just listened to it for like an hour straight, blasting out my ears until I thought of something. And then I eventually moved it for like a B part of that, which immediately follows it in the actual song or rap review, is back up to this first note. But if you look at the piano roll of where you can just change the pitch on the fly of like an individual sample, I just started messing with that. So on this part where it goes... it's really just that same note being like manipulated on its own. And then ending with this second one, I think. Yeah, also being messed with. Man, I must have messed with this a lot because this sounds dope. Put a lot more effort into it than probably most ones, but... so yeah, that's that main course. That's what started it all. And then on a lot of my beats, one of my favorite plugins that I use is it's a one that's for sound fonts, actually, which if you don't know what sound fonts are, they're basically like a file that you can load in to play like on a piano roll of all the different notes, but a sound font itself, like that file, will usually contain all the different sounds used in like an old video game soundtrack. So like if we look at this one, and I use a shit ton of them in like a lot of my beats. Like I have a lot of them for, like this one's for Final Fantasy VII. I have ones for like Donkey Kong Country. I really want to try to find some stuff for like N64, PS1 era, but I haven't yet. But so like this one, I don't know if I actually ended up using it on the song, but just to show you, yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't use any sound fonts on this, but that's what they are. They're super fun to mess around with. So if you're a producer and you want some new shit to play with, I mean, you got like I'm just messing around on a little keyboard, but they're super, like I have one for Super Metroid and it's super tight. And if that's something you guys are interested in and you know how sound fonts work, I can totally upload all the ones I have in like a Dropbox or some shit like that. So just let me know if that's something people are actually into. So how the beat begins with like the sound is actually just something that's built into Machine itself. It's one of the sounds it came with, which is just a female choir sound. It sounds like this before it's pitched down. But instead of using the male choir, I found that the female one, when it's just super pitched down, has that really like extra spooky sound. Like, then of course I just EQ'd a lot of it and then put some stank, put some reverb on it, as I do on most things. So yeah, I'm sure when I was actually making it though, I had just this loop playing over and over. and then just was fucking around and added this. So on top of that, I put one of my favorite plugins. I use it on nearly everything I make. It's that really, I think I used it on Cafeteria. Oh yeah, it's like, this is a big part of Cafeteria. It's that like really gritty bass sound, kind of like Justice, like on Genesis, or just that more like electro type sound, which I know the stuff I make is closer to like trap or like hip hop, but I really love that like grittiness. So once I found this plugin, I've used it a lot. The plugin itself is actually designed to just play sound fonts, but it's called KX7SF2, but the default sound that comes out of it when you don't have anything loaded into it, when I was just messing around, is this, which sounds pretty shitty and just like, it just give you a headache, but like, kind of like the female choir, when you drop it down, each octave, you start getting into some badass territories, like that real gritty. And then of course I just EQ'd the shit out of it, lots of bass, fucked with the mid, a little more treble on that. And again, this was at a time when I knew even less than I do now of what I was doing, but the beat turned out sick, so I don't fucking know. So with that super gritty plugin, it's just mirroring I'm pretty sure it's the same as what the choir is doing. I think it might change at a couple parts, like it might go up or down instead of high. I can't quite remember. I guess I can look, because that does that. No, they're the same. Okay, so that's just paired with that. There's this harp sound, which is just also tuned to be super low, because initially it sounds like this. It's just another sound built into Machine. But then when you drop it low, you start getting into some freaking spooky ass. Well, that sounds dope, actually. Yeah, something like that. That's tight. All right, good thing I'm recording. I can remember that. So, so yeah, when the drums actually start to come in over that just spooky ass female choir, the harp is actually pairing what the choir is doing, but it's in the rhythm with the kick. So I'll bring that kick in. Okay, so the drums come in right here. I'm forgetting how this song even works. So let's just play the kick along with this, which even in the rap review where it's like, I'm freaking screeching, you probably maybe couldn't tell that it was there, but if I take it away, at least for me, I can tell that it's just not as like banging. Yeah, like now it's just that in the choir, but then with the harp, which again could have been mixed better, but it definitely helped add that like extra punch. So that's also just doing what the choir's doing, but paired with the kick, just for that added pleasure. Another thing, you might have all noticed, is that in a lot of my beats I like to use, I not only sample a lot of songs and a lot of video game songs in particular, but a lot of video game sounds that I've just found over the internet. So like this one uses quite a few sounds from Final Fantasy VII. So like the initial, when the drums start coming in, it's just this, I don't know why this 808 is here, because I didn't actually end up using it. I can just, we'll just leave that be for now. But when the drums come in, it's just this trap kick, which is just from some random file library I've downloaded online, which there's a lot of really good sounds that came with Machine and Machine 2, but honestly, most of the ones I use are just custom ones I downloaded. Like some of my favorite ones, I don't know if I only have it in Machine 2, but there's one called Bit Kits. Yeah, it's right here. That it's just like, here, I can just replace this and just show you guys some of these. But they're just super like lo-fi sounds. So this is super pitched down, but like, like Super Nintendo sounding like hi-hat stuff. And then some of the snares are also super fun. Yeah, that one's sick. I use a lot of those. So another thing that I can confidently advise is, in GarageBand or Machine or FL Studio or anything you get, there's probably enough sounds as you're learning in the program to keep you entertained, but like always always be on the hunt for new ones you like. So if you hear like a Drake beat or some shit you like and you're like, oh man, I like how that sounds, more than likely you can do a little bit of research on the internet and find maybe even that exact sound. Because one of my favorite kits I have, because Boy Wonder, he's produced a shit ton of stuff for Drake and a bunch of other people. He's one of my favorites. He released, I don't know if it was him himself, but I found one online that was acclaimed to be official Boy Wonder sound kit. It has a shit ton of sounds, and it has one of my favorite kicks. I don't know if I have it loaded in Machine 1, but it's called like the Batma kit. Okay, I don't have it on here, but it's like a really, really crunchy, punchy kick. I use a lot of variety of sounds. But anyway, download sounds, whatever. I might have edited a lot of this out. Whatever. So anyways, when the drums come in, I have this really punchy kick that starts it, that's with the following that harp. So I probably sync those up before anything because I feel like when I make a beat, I always start with where the kicks will be, either the kicks or the snares, to almost just kind of make a metronome for yourself. Or, if you don't have kicks or snares, just something simple, like a temporary hi-hat thing, just to kind of get myself in the flow of it, I guess. Because I used to play a lot of drums. I guess I still do. I don't even know if that matters, but yeah. So I have that kick, and then what you're hearing on the slaps is a sound that... Okay, so I named it that low-fat snare, which that's not what it is now, so I must have changed it because that's like a preset I saved. But what the sound is, it's the all-over clap that's also in Machine. I use it a lot, and of course, like anything else, I pitched it down a little bit, add some reverb, because this is what it initially sounds like, just... But then you pitch it down, and add some reverb, EQ the shit out of it, compress it. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but we won't mess with it now. So you're hearing that when the beat first comes in, and then there's this hey sound, which came from some trap kit I downloaded, also pitched down, just because that's apparently the theme of this beat. So yeah, there's that kick, and then the claps, and then that hey sound. So and then, yeah, right now it's just the female choir and the harp before the crazy Final Fantasy shit comes in to just kind of build that up. Also, when the Final Fantasy choir comes in, I knew from the second when I started making this beat, like, okay, that is essentially the drop. That is, whatever big thing is happening on the beat, that's where it's going to happen, because it's just, I love it. This is like one of my favorite things I've made. So there's that going on. And there's this clap, and then one of those bit kits, hi-hats I was showing you, also pitched down super low, but, can you blame me? That's what it initially sounds like. Get it down there. And then some more bit kits, hi-hats, just alternating at the end of that beat. You can hear this, just... boom, boom, so just having fun with it, really, just having fun with my body. And then if you look at this, the second pattern immediately off that, it just kind of continues that second one, just with more variation of what's going on. But this time, to really keep building it, instead of just having the clap, we also have this, which if you recognize it, it's because it's the beginning of Cloud's hit sound in Final Fantasy VII, which also EQ'd and compressed the shit, which... Why the fuck not? But yeah, when you hear this part come in, you could probably tell when you heard it before, but it definitely does add a little punch. This is what it sounds like. You can just hear the very beginning of that. And then, of course, keeping in line with all the hundreds of video game samples I have of GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, that are just little sneaky treats in nearly everything I make. For this one especially, though, was super fitting of whatever the song was going to be about, of just the So Long from Mario, also pitched down, because why the fuck not, and then Screaming from Link. Basically a descent into madness and all that sick shit. But, can't really blame me when it sounds like this. Oh, the choir's turned off, but man, that still sounds dope. Killed a man with a fucking tractor. Then I had a protractor. Then I measured his ass. Then we went and had some laughter. Just super tight shit. So, that that is, I know that was probably a bunch of madness, but if you listen to the beat, especially if you've gotten the instrumental off Patreon, that's the flow of it. I mean, everything from there is just variations on building of, you know, the choir doing that do 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 do, you know, that shit. But if you look at the drum patterns, I mean, they're the same throughout the whole chorus for the most part, except at the end when, you know, Mario's saying so long again, and then for the choir and stuff, that's the same. You know, it's all just looped. I felt like the beat was strong enough on its own that I didn't really need to do a whole lot of crazy variation and muddle it up when the shit drops, because just looping it, I mean, I could listen to this one for hours, just this loop, which I'm sure I did because I was super stoked on it. But yeah, that's the Doom beat, and you know, my beat making process has definitely been streamlined since this, and I have learned a lot more about just mixing. Still not the best at it, and you know, I use Machine 2 now, which isn't the biggest upgrade, but it does have some more features. But yeah, that's how I made this beat. Started with the spooky ass intro from Final Fantasy VIII, and just for fun, when I was gonna make this a song, it's not just Cafeteria, it is a common theme, and I am in love with it, of every song that I have made, or most beats that I've made that I plan on finishing, there's like a sample from a video game or a film or something at the beginning, which is just paying homage a little bit to DJ Shadow, because or just, you know, other artists of that time, because they definitely did that, but it does really add a context to what the song or album or whatever is going to be about. It's a little cheesy, but I have a lot of fun just like hunting for, kind of like with the samples I use for the music, but samples of dialogue that would actually fit something. So just a little sneak peek. The one I had planned for this is actually from She's All That, which I used clips of in the Cafeteria video, but it's not that good of a movie, but Rachel Leigh Cook is such a babe that but anyways, this is in the locker room when two of the guys are arguing because the song was going to be about just high school and all that shit. Won't get into that, but the sample's pretty hilarious.
Screw you, Zach! You know, for 4 years I've watched you fool people into thinking you're some sort of god in this place. Well, guess what? This is one contest you're gonna lose. You're going down, asshole.
And it just drops into it, which I thought would have been tight. Like I was saying before, sometimes I still think about making a song over this other than the rap review, which maybe I will years down the road. Maybe I'll just make an album of like what could have been with all the rap review instrumentals or something like that. But anyways, thanks for watching. Love all you guys. Thanks for all the kind words over the last year. Can't wait for you guys to hear new shit I'm working on. Thanks for all the support, and fucking dog bless.